Hey guys, Jeff Holman here with Intellectual Strategies again. I am just giving you a little update on the group of people that I've put together in my little mastermind or my advisor group. If you remember right, I had 7 people originally. I showed you the email that I sent out to them, and I showed you the responses I got from a number of them. What I want to tell you now is just a really briefly that around the end of September, beginning of October, and remember I sent out my original ones around September 20th or 21st. After that, about a week later, I thought, you know what? I know of 3 more people that I really need to include on my list. That takes from 7 people to 10 people. And I'm not trying to get a really big list, but these were people that I felt like I really needed to add. Excuse me. And so the 3 people I added, one is Shane. Well, actually, 2 of them are called Shane. The first, Shane, is a guy that I'm working with on my marketing for my law firm. And so we've been meeting weekly and stuff for a few weeks or months by this point. I can't remember which, but we'd been redoing website, working on messaging, all for my law firm. And this is related to my law firm, but it's not really the main focus of my law firm. Anyway, I was telling Shane about the project, and he said, "Oh, that sounds really cool. I want to stay up to date on it." So I sent him an email to invite him to participate. And really, it was just I just forwarded him a copy of the email I had sent to the other people already. And so he knew it was coming, so I didn't feel bad about sending him something that was just a forward from an invitation to somebody else. So that's Shane. The other Shane is a really good friend of mine. We met, oh gosh, back in like 2004, 2005. And we've just stayed in touch. We get together a couple times a year, have lunch or do something. And he's just been, in fact, we've hiked to the top of a mountain together with our kids before. Anyway, Shane's a great guy, and Shane, I sent it to him, and I think I don't remember if I ran into him or what it was that triggered me to send it to him, but he's just been really entrepreneurial. I don't think he's got any experience in this specific field. But he runs his own business. It's more of a computer software programming outsourcing type of company. But he's got really good energy, and I wanted to get him involved and at least let him know about what I was doing. So again, I forwarded another invitation I sent to somebody else, actually another person that we both commonly know, and I just forwarded it off to him and said, "Hey, here's what I'm doing. By the way, I'm making 5-minute, single-take, impromptu videos. That's what these are. That's why they're a little rough sometimes. I'm making these videos for this project. See below." And then stuff like, "Hey, I'm going to call a prototype manufacturer right now. Let's see what happens." So you missed out on a couple of those because the videos got deleted, but I'm recreating those now. So that's Shane, the marketer, and Shane, the entrepreneur. And then the third person that I added, which brings a total to 10 now, is a guy named Ryan. Ryan has done really well with things in the shipping and logistics field. He's been involved either directly or through some investments on several projects, textile type projects, so clothing type projects that that have gone through crowdfunding and Kickstarter, and they've ramped up from an idea to initial funding and prototypes to making some sales to actually becoming a full-blown business. So I thought I really need to talk to him. Now, he just became the CEO a few months earlier of a company, and so I know he's extremely busy, and I just reached out and said, "Hey, I know you're super busy. If you have a chance, I'd love to connect with you on this, but if not, I'd love to just keep you updated." Again, no pressure. I'm not asking him for anything, but I wanted to invite him along. And in fact, maybe while we're on this video, let me just pull up. I had lunch with, let's see, the real brief answer to what happened next with a couple of these is I had lunch with Ryan. We followed up, and I think I took some notes after our lunch. Let me see. So, oh no, we had a phone call. So I didn't hear back from Ryan for like a week, and I sent out an update email like a week later, which I'll show you in a different email, a different video here. But he called. He's like, "Oh, I put you on my action list or my to-do list to get back to you. I'm glad you followed up." And that's one thing you'll find is it takes follow up, but people are often appreciate that you're taking the initiative to follow up instead of making them do the work. And then we had like a 25, 30-minute conversation, if I remember right, about all the stuff he's done. And it's really fulfillment related. That means getting the product out to the customers, right? So the things that I noted down here that he was listing off, I don't have really good notes because frankly, he's talking about things that I don't know about, right? That's why I wanted to talk to him. He's talking about fulfillment, pick and pack, outbound shipping, SKU counts. He's talking about lead time and how much that matters, like the amount of time it takes you, from the time you order a product to the time it actually gets to you to ship to your customer. He's talking about minimum order quantities or MOQs. That's the how much you have to order from a manufacturer. They usually require a minimum either dollar amount or container. The large shipping containers. They require you to fill a certain amount of those or something like that. And then he was talking about, he talked in depth about unit economics. Like how much does it actually cost you per piece, in my case, per bag, or in his case, per piece of clothing to get it created and shipped out to the customer. And how that is extremely important to make or break in a lot of companies. And one of the strengths that he has. Let's see, talked about the difference between making a product to license versus building a business, in which case you might be in charge of manufacturing. And if you ever watch Shark Tank, you hear the sharks say stuff like that, like, well, is this just a product or is it a business, right? And so that really determines what type of business model, how you're going to make your money off of your invention, and also how much effort you're going to put in and money you're going to put into the project. So let's see. And then we chit chatted about some other stuff, buying companies and his pre-launch strategy for another one of the clothing companies that he's running, or invested in. I can't remember which. So anyway, that was what happened with Ryan. It was a great meeting. We subsequently had a lunch together, and I have some notes from that. I'll share it maybe in a separate video, perhaps. Let's see what else happened. Shane. When I emailed Shane the entrepreneur, a really good friend of mine, let me see if I can find that video really quickly, because it was really good actually. This is why I got with Shane, because Shane emailed back. Let's see, I emailed him on Friday, the 2nd of October, it looks like. Sorry, I'm reading while I'm doing the video. So I emailed him October 2nd. It was a Friday. And 3:25. At 3:51, as soon as he saw my email, he said, I love it, and I'm in. So that's what he told me. And then we had a phone call later, and I'm trying to think when that was. I don't remember if it was the same day, or it might have been after one of the shoot. I'll have to do a separate video about it. Because, I'll look forward to do a separate video. We had another conversation after another update I sent to him, and it was really enthusiastic then too. So I probably, this is part of the reason I wanted to get a group of people. One, the expertise that these guys have is phenomenal, and I need to know a little bit about all these areas, but I'm not going to be the expert. But I have connections to a lot of people who are expert in various things. So I'm going to use those. Anyway, I'll forward, or I'll make another video about the phone conversation I had with Shane. He basically said, call me first thing in the morning tomorrow after one of the things I sent out. And then we had a good conversation after that. Anyway, this was just about adding a few more people to my mastermind group, my advisor group, and wanted to let you know that I did that because I think they fill some additional roles that are good for me. And so there you have it. I'm up to 10 people as of like October 2nd for my group of advisors, and I'm having fun doing this. So talk to you later. Catch you on the next video. Thanks. Bye.